Hi everyone. This is first example for dipole antenna. We're going to use infinitely thin wire antenna in this case. So here is the thing, polyline. We need to have polyline. Um, First of all, the frequency that I have in mind is 1 gigahertz, which is the wavelength of 30 centimeter, and the dipole antenna length is lambda over 2, so that makes 15 centimeter. Okay, but one thing that you need to remember is I'm going to put a feed in the middle of 15 centimeter, meaning we have to have two wires instead of one wire. So let's make the first half. Okay, the wire is parallel to the z-axis. We're going to have 150 millimeter, which is 15 centimeter, divided by 2. Okay, that's my upper part. Okay, now next thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop. The bottom part is going to be 5 centimeter. So I'm going to do this. Okay, all right, apply. Now if you look at the geometry, this is 75. Now this one and at 0.25 centimeter. Okay, so we're going to have another 0.25 centimeter right at this point, and then have another the second point in this direction. So now let's go to polyline again. Okay, now I'm going to start from 0.25 centimeter to 2.5 millimeter as the first point. Okay, that's a mistake. Actually have to have, okay, let's get started again. Minus 2.5 millimeter. Okay, that makes sense now. Now the other point is going to be minus 75. Okay, apply. Now the entire length is going to be 15 centimeter, and we have gap of what 0.5 centimeter. Okay, next thing that I'm gonna do is putting feed here. Okay, so that's easy, but we're not done yet. Again, click those two, highlight those two. Then what we need to do is we actually have to convert this polyline as a wire, solid wire. Okay, so again, you saw what I did. Click that one while it is highlighted. These two are highlighted. Then apply it, and you get wire solid. Okay. Now go to 1 gigahertz. I want to have a broadband simulation first. Okay, let's do this. Okay. Now I'm going to have 100 periods as we did before. Now go to source. Make sure you have long wire, long simulation time, and you see this signal right there. And this actually is a modified Gaussian pulse. And I kind of talked about Gaussian pulse, which is the broadband signal, and this is the modified Gaussian pulse. What happened is this can actually set the frequency range. Okay, so if you go to setting, you have set center frequency of 1 gigahertz, bandwidth of 1 gigahertz. So that's our setting for modified Gaussian pulse. Okay, so that's how it looked like. If it seems something similar to this, then you're good. Let's move on. Go to sensor. Make sure you have far field on. Okay, we're going to use next simulation, but everything. Have to make sure the far field is on for all the antenna simulation because we're interested in far field of the antenna. Now go here. Okay, you have to click it once to get automatic mesh working. Okay, go to Voxel, make a Voxel. We're gonna save it. I'm gonna say thin dipole. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna view Voxel. I'm going to remove this original mode. Okay, So this actually is a voxel. As you can see, there is no Lego here because it's infinitely thin wire. But each of these, the Lego, one edge of the Lego is forming this wire. So that looks good. I'm going to make the simulation run fast, very fast. Okay, that's all. That's done. Simulation is done. Go to result. If you go click far field, nothing is going to show up because this is not a single frequency simulation. It is broadband simulation. We're going to run the single frequency later, but make sure. Just have to notice that far field. There's nothing, no result. Okay, I'm gonna go to sensor. All right, S11. Boom. All right, 0.8. 0.9, so the frequency is about 0.85 instead of 1 gigahertz. Okay, I know how to improve it. We're going to talk about it in the class, but now let's leave it this way. There's some simulation errors, or there is some theoretical thing that we need to explain. But let's just say that our resonant frequency is 0.85 instead of 1. Okay, that's good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clone this. Clone. Okay, so you have exactly the same simulation. Now I'm going to change just one thing here. I'm going to change this one into a harmonic. This is now 1 gigahertz harmonic, and leave everything exactly the same. Okay, but the only thing you need to do is click this one because we changed the frequency. Now the mesh, the automatic mesh has to change the mesh a little bit differently. So you have to click this grid. Okay. Now go to voxel, make a voxel, save it again. Okay. Now run simulation. See, now you will see sine wave instead of modified Gaussian pulse. Simulation is done. Result. Go to far field. Hey, now we have some simulation result in far field. Go to right click on it and spherical field view. Next. There we go. That's your radiation pattern at 0.85 gigahertz. I hope this helped. Thank you very much.